All right, folks, here it is. The East semifinals are done. We have now got the finals. The Toronto Argonauts at 12-8, with Arbuckle having thrown 7 touchdowns in these playoffs so far. Brown gets 3 touchdowns last week when Arbuckle was held down by Hamilton. Coxey, Meidel, Brissett, and Herslow have got to step it up and help Arbuckle if they're going to somehow beat this defense. Grant with punt and kick returns, no chance today of doing that. They have Harulahu kicking all place kicking duties. Ryan Dinwiddie literally looking across the field at Corey Mace, who I suggest would get Coach of the Year in this situation. But I'm telling you what, I don't know when they vote on it at the CFL, but Dinwiddie could earn it with an upset roll into the playoffs, through the playoffs, to beat the best team the CFL has seen in a long time as far as record. But they got to first somehow outplay Corey Mace's team here. Trevor Harris with A.J. Olay at the halfback. Johnson, Myers, Robustelli, and Imulus are the chief receivers. Alfred does the return duties. Lather is the place kicker who's had a kind of a 50-50 playoff so far. And I'm not certain where they're going to have the Grey Cup. I don't believe they play it. I didn't look up the data, but I'm sure the Grey Cup's not in Saskatchewan, but I could be wrong. It might be. But either way, it's going to be one hell of a game. And again, I've already called it that I thought if anybody could rally and find a way, it would be the Toronto Argonauts. And I'm telling you what, Saskatchewan fans have got to be a little nervous here as the CFL 25 112th Grey Cup. Again, unfortunately, folks, I don't know where they're playing this Grey Cup, but that's okay. Toronto, Saskatchewan, Toronto, Saskatchewan, Toronto, Saskatchewan. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Toronto, Saskatchewan. Whoo, man, I'm telling you, I'm actually, it's 10-5-25. I think it's 10-5. I'm actually got a little sweaty palms here. Here we go, folks. There are no kick and punt returns for either one of these teams. May the best team win. This has been one of the best projects I've played in all of 2025. I would say it has been. I've completed a few projects. This one is the biggest one, and it has been the most fun so far. This is Drive Time Football, Coffee and Sports. And here we go, folks. The 112th Grey Cup underway. Toronto Argonauts going to work. It's going to be the defense of Saskatchewan setting the tone early with a punt. And do they return this out of the end zone? No, they don't have to. It goes through the end zone. Or actually, it doesn't go into the end zone at all. They just field it and play. Saskatchewan goes to work first drive. It's going to be, wow, both defenses setting the tone. 6 going to be a red zone trip, though, for Trevor Harris and company. And they're going to throw a touchdown pass right there. The fans on their feet interrupt as Harris throws a pass TD to Robustelli. And the PAT for these guys, automatic. There it is. Toronto now chasing points. Here we go. It's going to be defense, though. Saskatchewan twice in a row controlling the game with defense, and they do have the best defense in the set. Red zone, though. They give up a red zone trip despite that, and it's going to be Arbuckle getting his 8th touchdown pass in these playoffs. Pass TD to Coxey, or Maital, excuse me. PAT is good, and oh my God, folks, it is 7-7. Arbuckle and Trevor Harris looking to have a shootout, maybe? Here we go. Saskatchewan goes to work. Toronto sets the tone, but they let him in the red zone again. And 7 is a touchdown pass. Trevor Harris says, oh yeah, you're not the only cat who can throw TD passes around here, Arbuckle. Pass 2. 2, it's going to be Myers. PAT is good. And Toronto, do they get their extra drive? They do. Toronto goes to work, extra drive on point, and it's going to be an interception. Arbuckle picked off, baby. So again, that'll be Arbuckle's 3rd turnover in the last game, last 5 quarters. That's his 3rd turnover. That's not good. Do they return this for a touchdown? They do not. Boxcars, do they get their extra drive? They do. Saskatchewan in the first on a short field. Offense 7 is going to be a red zone trip for Trevor Harris and co. 7 is a touchdown pass. Harris with his 3rd TD pass in the first quarter. And this one to Johnson. PAT, folks. Harris with 1, 2, 3, 21 points for Saskatchewan. Arbuckle with a touchdown. Arbuckle with a punt, touchdown, and an interception. 21-7. And the coach, Corey Mace, smiling at his crew, walking the sidelines between commercial breaks, getting ready for the second quarter, with a thumb up to his quarterback and a wink. That's what I mean. We play to outscore these guys. Not a knock on our defense, but we do not want to leave the door cracked for Arbuckle and Toronto Knots. The Double Blues. The Double Blues go to work. Defense 8. It's going to be a punt. There it is. Saskatchewan getting the job done. No rouge. This is it, folks. If they continue to play this way, Saskatchewan's going to win easy. Oh, there's their chance at a rouge. Defense 2 is a punt. Is it a rouge? It is not a rouge. So both defenses stifling here in the second quarter. And I have dropped the die. Unbelievable, these games. Absolutely a joy, especially drive time football. It's going to be offense for Toronto. 10 is a punt. And their punt is not a rouge. My God, folks, second quarter, nobody has scored yet. Saskatchewan goes to work. Defense 7 is a red zone trip for Trevor Harris and company. Trevor Harris drops, sets, looks, fires, incomplete. They decide to trot out Luther for a field goal. And there it is, folks. Let's see if time expires. It does not. Do they get their final drive? They do. Here we go. Toronto goes to work. Late in the first half. Defense 8. Punt. Wow, I can't believe how good Saskatchewan defense has played. Saskatchewan, does time expire on them? It does. Holy cow, we get only 3 points after a 28-point first quarter, 3 in the second. It is 24-7 at halftime. And I tell you, I will promise you, Corey Mace, with his circles up his coaching staff and his quarterbacks, receivers, and he tells them, if you gentlemen think 24 is enough to beat these guys, you're crazy. We're going to have to do it again. We're going to have to do this 48 points. So he lets them know, despite how brilliant their defense has played in the first half, under no circumstances think that a 17-point lead on Toronto is anything to boast about. Put your foot on their throats, and Toronto goes to work after halftime. Defense 9 is another punt. Holy cow, Saskatchewan's defense is playing beautifully. I almost feel bad about talking up that offense with Saskatchewan playing beautiful football. It's going to be offense, red zone trip for Trevor. And 4, it's going to be a TD pass. Again, Harris's 4th today. Pass, TD 2. And this is going to be Myers. And folks, that's what they got to keep doing. Again, big smiles for Corey Mace as they're doing what he told them to do. Keep scoring. Defense 6. It's going to be a red zone trip for Arbuckle. 4, it is. TD pass. Arbuckle throws his 9th of the playoffs. Pass, TD 2. 5 is going to be Herslaw. But folks, that's scary because Arbuckle at any time can turn this thing on. Offense 3 is going to be a fumble lost by Harris. Harris coughs it up on a strip sack fumble. Hit from behind. Ball pops loose. Can they return it for a touchdown on a 2? Snake Eyes is a defensive score. No. But Toronto, do they get their extra drive? They do. Uh-oh. Toronto on a short field in the 3rd. Defense 10 is a punt. Man, Saskatchewan's defense has got to get MVP. My God, dude. I mean, it's hard, though, with Harris throwing 3 touchdowns, but 4 touchdowns. Harris has thrown 4 and a fumble, though. Saskatchewan, do they get their extra drive? They do. This is it. Last drive of the 3rd quarter, and it's offense 11. Red zone. Somehow Trevor Harris gets them into the red zone. They settle for another Lather field goal. And so Harris gets a touchdown, and so 10. Arbuckle throws a touchdown. Folks, it is 34-14, and the Saskatchewan fans all over Canada are celebrating. They think this game is in the bag, and they may well be right. We're going to roll Saskatchewan first for drama. Saskatchewan's next drive, offense 11, is red zone for Trevor. And 6 is indeed another Harris touchdown pass. TD pass. This one to Ole, A.J. Ole, who last week was remarkable. This week he's been quiet as Harris has thrown 5 TD passes. As Harris has decided he wants that trophy and MVP. It's going to be defense 5. That is picked off. So Arbuckle That may put the icing on the cake. It's intercepted. Do they return it for a touchdown? They do not. Trevor Harris goes back to work. It's going to be offense 5 is another red zone trip for Harris and company, and it's going to be a touchdown pass. Harris TD pass. He has now set probably a record. Who gets that? It's going to be Robustelli. PAT. Oh my God, Trevor Harris having a brilliant day. Defense 7. Red zone for Arbuckle. And 10 is a TD pass for Arbuckle, but too little too late. TD pass to Brown out of the backfield on a little swing pass. And this is it, folks. Does Saskatchewan get their last drive? They do not. Does Toronto get their last drive? I'm sorry, time ran out. Does time run out here? No, it does not. Do they get their last drive? They do not. Game's over. Trevor Harris holds the ball, or Arbuckle gets the last say. We're going to get Harris with 14 more. Arbuckle throws an interception and a touchdown, and it's not good enough. 21 points for Toronto. They're going to fall to 12-9 with a brilliant run. Saskatchewan scores 31-34, 44-48. Remember I said, he coached him at halftime and said, listen, you're going to need 48 to guarantee there's no chance Toronto steals this from us. And sure enough, Trevor Harris has a record-setting game, I believe. 1, 2, 3 touchdown passes in the first quarter. 4, 5, 6 TDs. Harris, a 6 TD passing game. MVP of the Grey Cup, or whatever they call it up there. There it is, folks. There it is. Drive Time Football's 112th Grey Cup with my 2025 projected season set completed. Trevor Harris and company put on a show. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good day.